Paul Heyman breaks his silence on Roman Reigns' absence and provides an update on WWE RAW. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer, have a nice day. For the WWE Family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Thank you. Paul Heyman has broken his silence on the 3-month-long absence of the OTC Roman Reigns. He gave an update during the opening segment of Monday Night Raw. As you know, the reason Paul Heyman now stands with Seth Rollins is because of the betrayals he committed at WrestleMania 41. The first betrayal was against CM Punk, and the second, more shocking one, was against Roman Reigns. This directly led to the ending of the main event of WrestleMania Night 1, where Seth Rollins emerged victorious. During his promo, Paul Heyman also said that Reigns doesn't have it in him to return and step up against Seth Rollins and his faction. He said, "The OTC is MIA, or missing in action." Of course, Reigns being MIA isn't new, but it has been the subject of complaints from some fans online. The logic behind this criticism was essentially that he was too important to the story to just disappear. However, this line that Heyman used could have been a direct way to tease his return, whether it's at SummerSlam 2025 or some point in the near future. Either way, the OTC could be back this summer. A wrestling veteran recently opened up about the major reason why Roman Reigns should not jump ship from WWE to AEW. The veteran also reflected on a previous big signing by the Tony Khan-led promotion. Roman Reigns is considered one of the greatest of all time. He's also among the biggest draws in WWE and pro wrestling as a whole right now. Meanwhile, the possibility of the OTC probably joining AEW has been explored by wrestling veteran Jim Cornette. Speaking on his drive-thru podcast, Jim Cornette claimed that Roman singing with AEW wouldn't make any big difference in the long term. "I don't see how with the structure, with everything we know about AEW, that they can sign any... Of course they're not going to sign Roman Reigns. Can't possibly. But I don't see who they could bring in that at this point would make anything but a short-term curiosity difference. Because then they'll end up immaterial like everybody else they bring in. So, yeah. Roman Reigns, as you know, somebody else, whatever name, Roman Snow, I don't know." Jim Cornette also claimed that Roman Reigns wouldn't have anyone credible to go against in AEW if he jumped ship from WWE, in the same episode. If Roman Reigns, regardless of what you called him, showed up tomorrow in AEW, who could he work with to draw money? He'd be in the same position as the Hurt Syndicate. There's no tag teams. The point I'm making is, you have almost nobody there that would be credible against a guy the level of Roman Reigns, and Moxley's their world champion. Can you see that match? Cornette said Roman Reigns is preparing for his comeback to WWE nearly 3 months after his last appearance on Raw after WrestleMania 41, when Braun Breaker assaulted him before aligning with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. WWE has yet to reveal when the OTC will be back in the ring, but the expectation is that he will work SummerSlam on August 2nd, 3. According to a report from Fightful, the plan for the former world champion is to come back and work a SummerSlam program, even though it is unclear yet which storyline he will get involved in. Reigns could come back and go after Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, aiming to reclaim gold, or go straight after Heyman and Mr. Money in the Bank, seeking revenge for what happened at WrestleMania 41 and Raw after Quotemania. The OTC had a legendary run as WWE Universal Champion, holding the title for a record 1,316 days. During that run, Roman Reigns helped bring WWE back to the top of the wrestling business as AEW had emerged as a major rival. WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi, meanwhile, praised the former world champion while speaking on his Off the Top podcast and opened up about how much Reigns helped the company evolve. "I'm gonna speak on it. I'll talk about that. Now you're trying to cut Roman Reigns' feet. Here's the guy. That main event. Sick WrestleMania. 6 main events, and more to come cause he still looked great. Sick. He can still draw. Y'all miss him. Y'all do the math every WrestleMania. What WWE and TKO and all, you do the math, that's a lot of money. That's a bunch of money. And guess whose face was on that, leading that?" Rikishi said. TR Wrestling. Even though he has now become a part-timer, Reigns is still considered one of the biggest stars of WWE, and his SummerSlam return will make the match card even stronger. Roman Reigns has reached a big personal milestone. The WWE superstar and his wife, Galina Becker, have welcomed their sixth child to their family. The news came out hot from Kwanda of the recent wrestling session, eliciting no negative reactions from fans, much like the rumors surrounding. Just a few weeks after the brand owned by the WWE, Reigns returned to WWE. As always, the couple is private about their family life. And this time is no different. Reigns and Galina, who also share a daughter, Joelle, and two sets of twin boys, have welcomed another baby. While the name and gender have not been revealed yet, a recent Kwanda session confirmed the news, which included reliable WWE insiders. Roman Reigns was removed from the WWE setup shortly after WrestleMania 41, having been informally taken out by his assailants, Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, in an attack post-WrestleMania 41 during a storyline. Even though his absence makes sense for the storyline, it's worth noting that many sources have hinted that Reigns is partly doing this to spend time with his family and personal life, as the newest member of the anoa'i household just recently made the addition. This happened months after Reigns had been absent from the ring, but he still is a big topic of conversation in WWE. His merch remains top-notch, and sources have indicated that his comeback is being plotted in the background. There have been internal WWE meetings where creative routes and concepts were discussed for his return. So clearly, the tribal chief will be brought back as a major player. The news of this baby was confirmed during a WrestleVotes Kwanda session, which was hosted by Joe Lowry. By the way, congratulations to Roman Reigns. He just had another baby. Good stuff there. Information on the baby, like a name, has been kept quiet by the couple's long-standing preference for privacy. Since welcoming their bundle of joy, Reigns and Becker have maintained a private family life. Sources in the industry say SummerSlam in August is the most likely place for Reigns to come back. According to the same report, WWE is working on some new branding assets for him, a possible character transformation. Whatever this comeback consists of, it could be all that comes back that can see a battle with any of the Bloodline members, perhaps a high-stakes skirmish including Solo Sikoa or Jimmy USO, or could also just resemble his previous face-off with Seth Rollins before. Also read, OnlyFans marketing gone wild? Former WWE star Matt Riddle's toilet photo sparks buzz. Right now, though, Reigns seems to be reveling in fatherhood, all six of them away from the chaos of the ring. However, as WWE's biggest summer spectacle looms, it seems only a matter of time before the return of the tribal chief, and what could be an era-defining one. Seth Rollins and his new faction kicked off this week's episode of WWE Monday Night Raw. Setting the tone for a stacked night of action and tension, Rollins appeared alongside Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed, his hand-picked vision for WWE's future. Breaker and Reed both spoke ahead of their respective matches later in the night, with Breaker set to face Sami Zayn and Reed squaring off against Jey Uso. Rollins' own upcoming clash with Penta was also a focal point, with Heyman emphasizing the rarity and importance of seeing Rollins compete on Raw in 2025. When Heyman grabbed the mic, chants for Roman Reigns quickly filled the arena. Reigns hasn't been seen since the Raw after WrestleMania 41, the same night Breaker was revealed as the latest addition to Rollins and Heyman's alliance. Heyman, who turned on both Reigns and CM Punk on night one of WrestleMania, dismissed the crowd's chants, declaring that Roman Reigns doesn't have the ball to confront this new era. At WrestleMania 41, Paul Heyman shocked the WWE Universe by betraying both Roman Reigns and CM Punk on the same night to align himself with Seth Rollins. In the weeks that followed, Rollins was joined by Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. While the group has been together since April 2025, they still don't have an official name. However, on the final episode of Raw before Evolution and Saturday night's main event, fans finally got some answers. Breaker and Reed explained why they joined forces with the Visionary. The July 7th episode was all about Rollins and his crew. All three men were in action as Braun Breaker faced Sami Zayn, Bronson Reed faced Jey Uso, and Seth Rollins closed the show against Penta. Rollins opened the show, but before he could speak, Breaker snatched the mic from Heyman and cut a fiery promo. He declared that Rollins and Heyman had handpicked him to be the face of WWE for the next 20 years. Rollins and Heyman looked visibly stunned as Breaker continued, shifting focus to Sami Zayn. He insulted everything about the Canadian, ranging from his face, his beard, his entrance music, and even his in-ring ability. Breakker wrapped up by vowing to end Zayn later that night. Before Heyman could respond, Bronson Reed stepped in with a promo of his own. He recounted how he had hit Rollins with 6 tsunamis, which surprisingly earned mutual respect. Now, under Heyman's guidance, Reed said he's ready to prove himself and earn the respect he deserves, starting with a warning to Jey Uso. Later in the night, Breakker demolished Zayn with 3 brutal spears, but not before Karrion Kross interfered. Backstage, Breakker was furious about the interference, demanding to know why Kross got involved. The former IC champion argued that he wanted to take care of his business on his terms. Rollins tried to calm him down and added that the job was done. That didn't sit well with Breakker, who shot him a sharp glare. Heyman then stepped in to break the tension, informing them that Sami Zayn is out indefinitely. That bit of news brought a smile to everyone's face, and the group shared a moment of celebration. Heyman then stepped in to break the tension, informing them that Sami Zayn is out indefinitely. That bit of news brought a smile to everyone's face, and the group shared a